Okay, so we're back. We're back with all the essentials. Beer. Actually, non-alcoholic beer. The weather broke a little bit. It's nice and sunny. Oh yeah. So I'm going to tell you about tools for a job like this. I like screws. We could do this differently where, we notch stuff and make it fit together nicely and, maybe use wood dowels or something. But we don't need to. Screws are fine. Screws work. I heard a carpenter say, that his favorite method was, screw it and glue it. And that's the most surefire way that it'll hold instead of using nails. But these are 6-inch screws. So you'll see, 4 inches will go into the 4x4, and then we got like 2 inches that'll stick in. And that should be fine. For what we're doing, it should be fine. Remember that the design calls for these little braces here, and in the corners. So these will, stick everything together. Ollie, quiet. And down at the bottom here in the corners, actually, there will be 2 screws going one way and 2 screws going the other way. So that should have enough holding power. If not, we can always improvise later. So yeah, screws, 50 of them. Actually, no, not 50. How many? Oh yeah, 50. And about $50 for all these too. So they're not cheap, but they do the job. So that's great. Oh, and they include a bit too, which is nice. I might as well use this one. And for our driver, we got a DeWalt driver. This is a Torx bit. Captures that nicely. If we didn't have this that came with it, we had our own little kit. And I think, what is this? T40 maybe? Torx 40, yeah, that is a T40. Same size. This one's longer, so I'm going to use this one. Let's use this one instead. But yeah, get one of these little kits. Never buy these separately. Always get a big kit. You'll end up using it and using a lot of the bits in there for whatever project you got leftovers. I bought this battery. I wanted to give a shout out to what is it? Whately batteries, 6 ampere hours. They're much cheaper than the DeWalt batteries, but they're compatible with DeWalt 20-volt tools. It's gonna be nice having this. Just a lot more power, more amps. It'll just run longer, basically. So that'll work. So yeah, let me just drink my little beer here. I switched to non-alcoholic brew some time back. I'm getting old. I'm up there. I'm 40. How old am I? 48 now, I think. So I'm getting there. Midlife crisis maybe, and I switched to non-alcoholic. I don't want to feel bad after drinking alcohol, so these are nice. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit more about the tools that you can use on a job like this. So, hammer, obviously, trusty hammer. We'll be using some nails here on this job, so hammer. Here we've got the level, or the line. It's a chalk line. So you fill it up with chalk, you shake it up, and then you take the string out and you snap a line. Indispensable. Got my tool belt with a whole bunch of tools I've gathered over the years. Stuff that I frequently use. for this job, I don't think I'll need anything here. I mean, maybe this other hammer, which is kind of nice to get things to set a certain way. You just kind of bonk them with something that doesn't damage the wood. Let's see, what else will we use here? I don't think much of anything, but what we will use, what I meant to show, is this guy. The line level. So we can set a line and check the level. So I can actually go off of the chalk line, put it on that, see where the level is, and then snap the line when it's level. So I'll be doing that here to get the structure, to get a level line on the bottom of the structure, so across the bottom, and across the top of the structure, where I will be putting one set of a beam that ties everything together and another set in the back. So I'll do that, and then you know, I can measure off of that line and set things up to be level, and then chop off the tops, and that'll be nice as well. I just need to make sure that the distance that I do that is consistent with the bottom level, and I think that should make for a nice level, even structure. Right, Ollie? Ollie's excited because now the sun's out and he likes to look at the lights. Yeah. Are you looking for something? My shade? Yeah. Okay. Let's leave him alone. Yeah, so that we'll use. Yeah, this is basically what I'm going to be using. Oh, I didn't get my my square. I need that. I want the square. I'll go grab my square. Beyond the square and these tools, some nails. We'll get some nails later. And it's pretty much... Oh, okay. One thing I didn't mention, which I will be doing later, is when I cut this lumber that I have, I'm going to be rounding the edges. So the lumber does come with rounded edges from the mill. When you make a cut, it doesn't have rounded edges, just a really sharp 90-degree angle. So I'm going to round the edges just to be consistent when I make these cuts. And I'm probably going to buy longer lumber too. This is not going to be long enough to span the whole thing. So I'm going to need longer lumber, at least for the top sections, just to hold everything together nicely. For the bottom section, I'm just going to use the 4x4 posts to kind of go across the thing. These will be too short, the ones I cut. These I'm probably going to use for the corners, those bracing corners. But I have more 4x4 pressure treated, which I'll use. Okay, let's get to it. I get a feeling that you're going to see Ollie in every beginning cutscene because he's waiting for the lights. Setters tend to have a problem with that. All right. Yeah, so first, let me grab the sections of wood I cut. And I think I need to just plop these in here. Let's use my handy dandy square, which we haven't seen yet. The square. Okay, so let's use my square to figure out where this thing projects onto this thing. And now let's see if it's just perfectly level like I want it to be. That would be nice. Got our chalk. stop it here. Let's hang our level. Let's see what we get. So the idea was to hang the line from the projection of this line all the way across, and it hits this line, and when you see the level, that's pretty good. It's a little bit off, but not bad. Let me check how the level looks front to back. I think that's another thing. So let's grab my level. How does the level look front to back? Okay, so here we've got a slight issue. The back is higher. Back is higher by that much, so that's a 1/4 inch or so. Okay, let's find. Excuse me, Ollie. Let's see what we got in the middle section. Middle section looks pretty much perfect. No problem there. And then back section here is the reverse. So actually this corner, the left corner, should go up by about, not much. It's a little bit more than the other guy. Okay, well, I mean, we can do that. We can make the corners go up essentially to make it a little more level. Well, currently the string, if it goes up here by a 1/2 inch, what will it do to the level? Let's see. So if the string goes up by about a 1/2 inch here, so about there, if it does that, how does it change the level? It actually brings it in level more. So that's great. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. In order to do that, I'm going to have to kind of take stuff apart. But that's okay. At this phase, that's what you do. Okay, let me put some more dirt under here. More dirt. More dirt won't hurt. Okay. Oh, yay, more doggos. Hi, Ivy. Hi, Ivy. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna leave that. But I just thought of a little conundrum, because the way I'm screwing things together with these long screws, I'm gonna be screwing them together from the back here, and I don't have enough room For example, here, I can't get the drill back there, especially maybe not for the places that I want to put the two screws in, because I want to put them at a diagonal, one kind of low and one kind of high. So yeah, that won't work, but I'll just pull this and this out, screw it together, but I'll make the marks first to know where to do it. Then I'll screw it together, these two pieces, and then I'll put it back. And I think that's all I need. Yeah. Oh, one other thing I thought of that I didn't think of before, if I should say, if I use 4x4s on these sections to do, screw it this way and that way, I can only really screw in one side, because the other side I wouldn't be able to screw in that way. It'll rest on this, but I won't be able to screw it in, which is not good, so I need a different solution. I might go something else then. Maybe these 4x4 sections will only be on the width sections, and back and forth I might use something else. Maybe I'll modify the design to have a 2x4 right here screwed to the face of this 4x4 on either side, on this side and on the other side. But if I do that, then I'm left with the same dilemma here, where I won't have enough space to screw it in. Okay, I need to think about that. This guy is long enough and it's really straight when I sight it in. So if you guys don't know how to sight in a board, basically take the board and look at it down its spine, and you can tell if it's straight or not. You'll see a curve to it. This one actually bows out a little bit, which is fine for our measurement, but this edge is very straight, so that's good. Okay, so that's our issue. So let's do this. We're gonna keep this the same, raise this, and then measure off of this to that and raise that. So the floor will be perfectly level. It's just that the structure will come up. And remember, I left the 2 inches or so at the top, which is good, because then our structure will be level still in relation to itself and the floor. So let's do that. Okay, so I think the problem can be solved with the board. Let's try it. So let's take a board, put it under, and let's see what our level is. Almost, a little bit less. So it's roughly that size, so that's a standard 2x, which means it's not really 2 inches. So we can cut off a piece here that's the same size and go with that. 1 1/4, roughly. Take my 1 1/4 and see if, oh, that's hemlock. See if I get lucky 1 1/4 shim. Ooh, look at that. That's almost there. I could do a little better, so a little more than 1 1/4. So nice piece of hemlock right there. And what do we got? Oh, we went too far. Oh, so the 1 1/4 was too much actually. Oops. Yeah, backwards. I need less width. Now I just need my little shims to go under here. And then I'll measure the level again. So 1 and 2. And with any luck, these should be now level. Actually, let me see. The block moved a little bit. I think I need to move it here, maybe. Move it. Okay. And yeah, I got level. Okay. So here we go. That's that. Like that. And then I could link those two after the fact because I can't get through here. And I might as well mark these off. Hey, don't move, buddy. Okay. This one I can come to the side and see where go. Super. And finally. Yeah. Let's just see. Yep, looks good. One 3/4 and a smidge more, and cut side down. Okay, what's the level? Say, look at that. That's pretty good. I'm gonna leave it at that. It could go up a little bit more, but it's fine. So let's do the same thing. Under under it goes, and let's measure. So here we go. So this is my new size. Oh, this is a little tight. That'll work though. Okay, that's 1 and 2. There we go. And now let's see where we get. Pretty darn good. I don't know, it came out better than it was before, which is weird, but I'll take it. So it's level here, level there. So now each post is going to be a little different in terms of the floor, but the floor will be straight. So basically, I just put this up on the deck just to stand up. It makes it easier for me to screw holes into this. So basically, I just, I don't know if you can see that, but I drew the X. X marks the spot, so that's the center. And then I drew these little dots here. So I'm gonna sink the screws right there. Let's do that. These look really nice. See, they sink in like this, and they're pretty flat. Just a piece of wood right there, but and look at all that stuff. It might be the impregnated wood that the fluid that they use that's coming out, or it just might be that it's sat in the rain so long. But yeah, that's nice. That's nice, and that's plenty strong. I don't think I'll have a problem with that. It's gonna go in easily. Right now it's not too heavy, but if it was a larger piece it would be heavier, much heavier. Let's see if we can get that to go in. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's a unit. Now I get to screw in this side. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah, it's a blooper. All right, let's redo that. Let's press down. See if I can get away with that. Okay, let's tighten it after we get the other one in. There we go. Oh yeah, look at those juices come out. There we go. It's a juicy piece of wood. All right. Oh, we did it. We didn't kill ourselves. Mission successful. Yay. Okay. He's good. should be easy. Nice. And one more. Right here. About. This one's coming in at an angle. Kind of ground the drill a little bit, but that's okay. Now that it's in, it's solid. That's pretty good. I can flip it around. Ooh, this one's going in at a pretty bad angle. It's on a knot. I'm gonna take it out and go in again. Nope. Let's try a slightly different location here. Let's try it lower. That'll work, I think. Moved it. Let's move it a little bit. Actually it was straight. Let's try it. It might be okay. It's straighter than. Oh, I'm running into the same issue again where it'll mess up my drill. I need to raise it a little bit. Get a different block. Get a different block and raise it a little bit. It's locked into place, so it's not going anywhere dimensionally. I just need it temporarily up and out of the way of the concrete block. Sink it. Nice. Oh yeah. Okay. That's that. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay. This anymore. It's done. And we'll throw it back. This guy. Go. Oh yeah. Moved a little bit. Actually, that's pretty good. Okay, so that does that. Looks like I may be running out of power here, so I'm gonna finish the video here, and I'll see you next time. Maybe tomorrow. Time for dinner. I'm hungry.